Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Mr. Mario, and I meant to make this video a while ago, like literally years ago, but I just haven't for whatever reason. But anyways, I wanted to show you all how I end up removing my stickers right here, because if you buy used games, or even sometimes if you buy new games, you get stickers on them, and I mean, if you just rip them off, they're gonna come like halfway off. They're not going to, come off nicely. They'll leave a bunch of residue. They'll be all disgusting and dirty. Now, there's some stickers that can come off pretty easily. These ones probably can. Now, these old school GameStop stickers, oh, these things were horrible. Now, I ended up learning how to do this when I was working at a game store years ago, where I remember I was taking off some stickers and my manager's just like, dude, what are you doing? No, you're supposed to do it this way, which I'm going to show you. And most of the time this works out, so I'll show you all a few methods for this. And as you can see, you're going to have to get your games, and you're going to need to get, you need to figure out what material you're working with. This right here is plastic. This right here is, I mean, it's still plastic, but it's more, it's just, I don't know what you would call this. I mean, point is, it's a DVD case. It's not hard plastic like this. So that's what you have to realize. Now, there's some other things, for example, like I actually have one here, thankfully. Like this game, for example, I wouldn't really try this. I might try it at one point, but like, I don't know, I don't really want to ruin the actual cover art here, because as you can see, this thing's cardboard. But yeah, no, let me go ahead and move that over to the side. So here, we're starting off pretty simple at least. Now, first off, what a lot of people want to do is they want to just rip off the sticker. Don't do that. Do not do that. This is what you can do. What you can do is just first off, start with a, start with the corner right here. And as you can see, there's a little bit of residue there already. What you want to do is, I'm doing this in real time. I'm not, while I'm talking through this, I'm not going to speed up the video or cut it. But as you can see, I'm just slowly peeling back the sticker. And if you see that right here, which we're going to see in a few seconds, hopefully you all can catch it on camera, it's coming off really cleanly with no residue at all. So this is what, this is at least the trick I was shown, and I've used it for a while. And several of my friends, I remember when they would buy used video games, they would immediately just like hand over the case to me, be like, Danny, can you remove the stickers? Because I was the only person that knew how to remove the stickers, and it's, as you can see, it's extremely simple to do. Most of the time you can do it quite easily just by slowly peeling it back like this. So we're almost done, and when we're almost done, as you can see, there's a little bit of residue there, and your sticker might be a little bit worse. It depends on what type of sticker was used, how long it's been on there for, if it was ever sun-baked, or anything of the sort. This one seems to be in pretty good condition. It seems to be a fresh sticker, and it wasn't put directly in the sun. But, last bit right there. There we go. Sticker's completely off, and as you can see, almost scot-free. Now, there's a little bit of residue right there in the corner. I don't know if you all can check that out. And to take that off, it's super easy. What you want to do is you want to take the sticker that you just removed and start doing this. Now, as you can see, that's it. There is no, like, I want to say there's no sign that the sticker was there, but you can kind of see just because that part of the case is cleaner than the rest of it. But as you can see, there's no residue, there's no like sticky substance or anything left there. It's all gone. Sometimes you might have it a bit worse where there's like little spots everywhere else, and what you can do is you can just do the same thing with the sticker there. Now this one, for example, we'll go ahead and do the same thing right here. So I'll show you all again a second time. This just on a DVD case, which would be prone to leaving more residue on it. And this one already looks a little bit worse, but what we're going to do is we're going to just work through this. It will be fine. And as you can see, the sticker is starting to rip a little bit right there. So you could either kind of pull it from there, or you know what, you could just kind of gently start from another corner. Now, I know a lot of people, what they do is, or not even a lot, but at least sometimes if people really want to be all anal about it, they might use like a razor blade or something. I don't care that much, to be honest. I don't care enough to do that. I'll just use my fingernails and it's fine. As you can see, I even clipped my fingernails and I'm still really not having any trouble with it. But as you can see, we have a bunch more residue right there. But now that I'm still going slow at this, so normally when you first start, it's going to be the worst. But if you just keep going at it and you just go slowly, the residue just slowly comes off. What I'm going to do is not much to say here, so I'm just going to speed up the video at this point. Alright, so as you can see, we're getting to the end right here where the sticker's about to come off. This is always the best part. And there we go. So as you can see, this one left more residue than the last one. It's more right there. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the sticker, go over it, just go over any of the problem spots you see. And from what I see, that is now a clean case. There's absolutely no... Now at this point, there's no sign of the sticker being there. There's still these stickers, and these ones I'm going to have to go a little more heavy duty on, unfortunately. Now this is what you want to do, so I'm going to go ahead, just move this off here. But this is what you want to do. If you have to use any type of stuff, we're not going to get to the more advanced part of the video. You're going to need a few things. First off, you'll need some paper towels. You're going to need some Windex, and you're going to need some Goo Gone. And again, this is the method I use. People might use other methods, but hey. So what you want to do first off is you want to take everything out of the case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the booklet, going to remove the disc, and I'm going to remove the artwork. Now, GameStop, my God, they used to do the worst thing. Look at that. I'm not even going to attempt to take that off. So if you're looking to take that off, I'm sorry, I'm not your dude for that. I'm not trying to take that off because I don't want to ruin the actual cover art here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, just put them somewhere safe. And now, this is another thing I wanted to touch up on. You might deal with DVD cases, or you might deal with game cases, plastic cases like this. You take a plastic case, you put some Goo Gone on it, and you can leave that for like hours, and it doesn't matter. On these cases, the problem is, if you put Goo Gone on here, and then you just leave it for like an hour, the case actually starts to bubble up and it ruins the plastic here, and it ruins it. So then your case just looks ugly. So don't just leave it for 2 hours or anything, just kind of time it. I'd say like 5 minutes and check on it. But this is what we're gonna do. First off, we're gonna take the paper towels, and you could use a regular towel or anything, it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna spread out a few paper towels here, and I'm just going to layer these like that. Because I don't want like a whole bunch of nasty stuff also, like, you know, all over my table. So now that we have that there, we have a few layers. What you want to do is you want to take the Goo Gone, and you want to go ahead and don't just spray it on the case. Actually, what you could do is get right up to the case and now spray it on there. So get it all over here, and what you can do is then you could use the nozzle to kind of just rub it in. And this is a really oily solution as well, so that's why when it's done, we're not going to just slap all our artwork in there, because at that point you're going to remove the artwork, so, or destroy it as well. And as you can see, it's getting under the case, but that's fine, that's what we want. Now if you look right there, it's kind of starting to discolor a little bit. That is the actual oil and the Goo Gone seeping into the sticker, and that's what we want, because the more it sets, the easier it's going to be to take this off. Like sometimes if you don't leave it sit long enough, then it's gonna come off really nasty, but if you leave it sit for like, if you leave it sitting for an optimal amount of time, this thing just comes off like butter, man. It's great. And what we're gonna do here, we got some layered stickers right here. We're just gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go ahead, put the nozzle right up to the sticker, and just release a little bit, and then you can kind of just rub it in if you want to. And that's really all you need to do. So, nothing too hard. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit here, and I'm going to wait 5-10 minutes, and I'll be back. Alright, well, I just got back here, and it has been exactly 11 minutes. What I actually did, I got uploaded 2 videos, set them all up with the metadata and everything, came back here, and it looks like this sticker's fine. Looks like this one still needs to soak a little bit, because as you can see, there's still, it looks like it's dry right there, but that's because it's multi-layered. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and remove this sticker right here. Now, you could either use your fingernail, or you could use, I don't know, part of a paper towel, whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter too much, but what I'll at least do is I will clean off a bunch of the residue there. Sticker looks like it's fine at this point, and now we'll just go ahead, I'll use my fingernail at least, and we can go ahead, kind of take this off here, if I can. There we go. And really what you can do, what I just showed you on the Soul Blade disc right there, or the case, you can kind of just use that same technique here, except you can actually be a bit sloppier, because, I mean, now you got the Goo Gone, and as you can see, I mean, you're mostly good at this point. And now you're seeing right here there is some residue that's left over, but this sticker's probably, it's years old at this point, man. So it's quite an old sticker. It wasn't a good sticker. These yellow GameStop stickers were some of the worst when it came to leaving residue. But if I left it for another 5 minutes, I'm pretty confident that it wouldn't really have this residue on here. And there's kids screaming outside and all that, always fun. But let's go ahead and just wait for the rest of this to come off here. All right, so at that point, I mean, you still have that residue on there. You could kind of, you know, do one of these things where you use the sticker to take it off. But as you can see, that doesn't work out super well. It really doesn't. It's more if you got some patience, it works out. But you have this right here. So what we can do is we could actually use the Goo Gone, rub it up against there, and you gotta remember, the Goo Gone is designed to remove this stuff. Check that out. Let me go ahead and dry this off for you all a little bit so you can see that. But if you can see right there, yes, it is wet because it's underneath, but at least on the top, the surface, there's no residue there. There's no more sticker residue. So now you still have this oily residue from the Goo Gone. What I'm going to do is I want to clean the whole case at once. So, oh man, I got a little bit on my table. I want to clean the whole case at once, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this sticker to finish up here. So I'm going to leave this for another 5 minutes or so, and then I'll come back to it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do while I'm waiting here? I'm going to put some more Goo Gone on it. There we go. So again, just use the same thing. Just let go of the nozzle a little bit, rub it in there real well. And I'll come back in about 5 minutes. Alright, and I got back. It's been over 5 minutes, and this sticker honestly doesn't really look much better, so what I'm gonna do, I know I threw away my other paper towel out of habit, just gonna go ahead, clean off a good amount of it, and we're just gonna go ahead and start removing this sticker and see how good or bad of a job it did. So these are coming off pretty easily. Okay. As you can see, I'm going a lot faster at this now. Oh, and there we go. So it just looked like it was bad, but see, this is ideally what Goo Gone should be. It left a tiny bit of residue there, but ideally that's what Goo Gone should do. As you can see, I took that off in just like a few seconds, and it wasn't that bad at all. What I'll do here is I will dry off the rest of it, and now let me at least move this out of the way. I'll just can I kind of just keep it there? Yeah, sure. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to at least clean the outside, which I have. And now what you're also going to need to do is you're going to need to start cleaning the inside of the case as well too, because that is where the artwork is going to go. And first off, just try and get the Goo Gone off there. Again, this is going to get inside the case. It's kind of inevitable. You could probably try and at least not have that happen, but I don't know, it's kind of a fact of life. It's going to happen anyways. Let's go ahead, clean this side, and I think we have that dried out well enough. And trust me, this is not the last of it. This isn't the last of it. Alright, so I'm going to put all this over to the side, and now let me get another one. And you don't want to mix up these right here because you're going to be dealing with two different chemicals. We're now going to be dealing with Goo Gone. Well, we're getting rid of the Goo Gone, so that's where we use the Windex right here. Honestly, I'm one of those people, I will buy the legitimate Windex. I don't mess with the generic stuff unless like someone gives it to me, like if a family member gives it to me. But man, I've used enough Windex at the point where I know the legit Windex is the best Windex. So what you can do here is you can just go clean up the outside of the case at least, just like this. This is what I normally do. If you want to, you could also flip it over and you could clean the inside of the case if you'd like to. You're really not doing anything wrong there. So got all that cleaned up. Alright. And that's not going to hurt it or anything. You'll be fine with that. Let me go ahead and flip it over on this side as well too. And as you can see, there's still some oil inside of there. And what I do for that is then I go to the inside of the case and I go ahead, clean this whole thing up with the Windex. So just cleaned up like so. Just try and get all the corners and all that if you can. All that stuff. And once you have all that done right there, looks like that's all the Goo Gone I'm seeing. No, there's a little bit in the corner here. The point is, what you can do at this point now is you can just kind of like stand up the case or something and yeah, just let it dry if you want to. So I'm gonna wait another 5-10 minutes, something like that, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'll be honest, I actually went over, washed my hands, came back, and I felt like the case was fine. So I spent about a minute away from this thing. But honestly, I'm looking at it, the case smells fine, it looks fine to me, I'm not seeing any pockets of liquid in there. So now we can do, and also because we went over the whole case with Windex, the whole thing's really shiny. So what you can do now at this point, go ahead, open up your case, and we will go ahead, slide this all back in here. As you can see, the artwork is fine, except for really just that that stupid sticker they put on the spine. I still have no idea why GameStop and EB Games did that, but they did it for some reason. What I can also do now is I can go ahead, slide the manual back in, slide the disc back in, and that is about it. So as you can see, we used to have that nasty sticker right here, it's gone, and we used to also have a sticker on the back somewhere, and that is gone as well too. So now we have a nice clean case. Yes, there is still that sticker on the spine, but the case is all clean. Also, as I said, it's shinier and it feels nicer as well too. So that, as you can see, is how I remove stickers off of game cases. So you could do it with these plastic ones, or you could do it with these other ones right here, like DVD cases, Blu-ray cases, and those are the methods I've used for the past few years. Now, most of the time, as I said, you can get away with just, you know, slowly pulling off the sticker, but for something more dire, and just something with stickers all over it, you're gonna need, you know, some heavy-hitting tools right there, aka the Goo Gone and the Windex. That's been the combination I at least learned with, but if you have anything else, let me know what you all use, and even with those cardboard PS1 cases, if you all have any suggested tips, I'd love to hear them as well too in the comments section. But anyways, if this video helped you out, if you learned something, a like would be appreciated. I have to like do it this way. And if you absolutely hated it, because I don't know, like, who buys used games? A dislike is fine. That's really awkward to do. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone, and hopefully you can clean up your cased game collection.